What's up? You and I listen to the smooth groove of Carolina Slimm. Boy, let's go. I'm finna take off on these niggas for real, ain't no more second guessing. Time been wasted and niggas been out here contemplating about which way to go. Oh yeah, I'm going up. I'm never staying down, I'm never being stuck. You see the music, the messages, and the melody. Put you in places on stages that someone never see. I'm ducking felonies, I'm ducking fuck niggas. I'm in the studio whipping up with some dope niggas. We mixing package the rapping and then it's straight to you. Then hit the scene with that bag, you know how players do. This one goes out to my niggas that's out your rap hustling. Just keep your eye on the prize, don't let it stop now.
I woke up on a different type of vibe. Like what a day it is to feel fly. I put on my attire, hit the gas to boost up my high. I guess it's time for me to take a ride. Southeast side, this young quarter piece acting shy. I'm like, sweet, okay, you outside. Listen, I got you covered, this whatever. That's on my tab today, I'm trying to push my love inside of you tonight. Okay, that's a bet. We left, but later on we met. We crept, I clutch, she got that water. The boo-boo head fire. Oh me, oh my, her tricks ain't for kids. Shout out to whoever taught her. I'm splashing in the water.
When we step out, tripping like a faucet, we so fly. Bitches run up on us, we them guys. Been on us boss and we so high. It's so right.
Yeah, been in corners like we're supposed to do.
It's so right.
Yeah, and we standing on the top looking over you.
It's so
Ain't got no time for
right.
that sucker shit. See me, I'm on the grind, I'm out there getting rich. I got my tunnel vision on, ain't got no time to miss. Unless it's with a real bad chick, tryna stack up dividends. Ain't got no time to lay ride on niggas tryna get down. I'm looking for a handout, I'm moving on up. Jefferson, when I step out, I'm clean as fuck. Foreigns, I'm pulling up. A fly fat nigga with big
It's alright when we step out, tripping like a faucet, we so fly. Bitches run up on us, we them guys. Been on us boss and we so high. It's alright.
Yeah, been in corners like we're supposed to do.
It's alright.
Yeah, and we standing on the top looking over you.
It's alright.
Make sure y'all tune into the E-Weed Media page, goddammit. Like, subscribe, and share this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's E-Weed Media, YouTube, Facebook, all platforms, Instagram, all that shit, man. Shout out to everyone in the motherfucking building. My nigga Gator the Bill. My nigga Big Business in this motherfucker. Yeah, like that. You and I listen to the smooth groove. I'm finna take off on these niggas for real, ain't no more second guess. Time been wasting the niggas, been out here contemplating. I'm about ready to go, yeah, I'm going up. I'm never staying down, I'm never being stuck. You see the music, the messages, and the melody. Put you in places on stages that someone never see. I'm talking felonies, fuck niggas. I'm We in the late night. Holla at us in the late night.
Yeah, we
Okay, we rolling, man. Goddamn it. He ain't give me my proper rolling. You know what I'm saying?
We rolling.
The nigga got mad because I called him light skin just now. And I think that, you know, ever since Black History Month, we was having a problem.
Is that right? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, you talked about that man do-rag.
No, I did say something about his do-rag. And I know he has Cuban heritage. You know what I'm saying? But the nigga's a nigga.
Straight up.
Yo, rest in peace to your beautiful mother, man. Hey, man, listen, man. I'd like to welcome y'all to the Late Night Podcast. I'm your host of the most Carolina motherfucking Slimm.
Yes, sir. That's it.
That way, not Subway. My boy to the left, who you be?
Hey, man, it's your man QZ Ball Buddy from the Bird with the Beard. What up with y'all, man?
Hey, man. Back at it like a crack at it, goddamn. Hey, my boy to the right, who you be?
Man, I be boss man, the man with the plan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, man, big shout out to my brother over one behind the board, man. I gave him a shout out before, man, but I was getting on his ass because he ain't gave us a right. He ain't gave us a proper, you know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He got me coming in here with my goddamn shirt half the way tucking in and shit, you know what I'm saying? Got my belt, I'm missing a belt loop and shit, you know what I'm saying? Got me fucked up. Cold in my eye and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's all right, man. It's all love, brother. Hey, man, listen, man. It's another week, man. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Listen, man. Thank y'all. I just want to say this first of all, right? Late Night Podcast ain't shit without y'all niggas.
Big facts, though.
Sure.
Love.
Because without that, we'd be looking at each other.
For sure. Word.
And now we're going to be doing more than that.
Yeah.
But listen, man, shout out to everybody that's viewing the Late Night Podcast, man. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Listen, man, quick mental health check before we get into the situation. 4th of July. We had a long weekend this weekend. I don't know if everybody had. Well, boss, I know you was out of town, but you came back Friday?
Kind of, and then back out somewhere in there.
Okay.
Like that.
But shout out to everybody.
I got back today, literally, though.
But shout out to everybody that had the 4th of July off, because I called the 4th of July Happy Day Off.
Right.
Happy day off.
Take it.
Because, I mean, well, it's really nothing to celebrate besides that.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? If they want to pay us for being off, man, thank y'all for that, man. We appreciate y'all for that. But listen, quick mental health check, man. QZ, what you got going on upstairs, brother?
Hey, man, in a good space, man. I was telling you offline before we got rocking here, man. Shout out to all the Kings, man. Like, so, all my boys are making like a shift all at one time right now, right? Like,
that
so
part.
it's like, I empathize with all the single mothers now. I get it when they goddamn get in that extra overdrive, like, damn, my baby growing.
Yeah, man.
Like, I don't know what to do.
It puts you in your feelings.
It a little TC. You didn't go tell my life first. So, shout out to all the boys, man. Just kind of getting them situated and ready to get the school year rolling, man. Getting them boys driving, getting them moving, man. So it just kind of gets me in a good space to watch them progress and grow, man. So that's kind of where I'm at upstairs, bro. Good shit.
Dope shit, man. Boss man, what you got, bro?
Well, 4th of July, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, there ain't really much of nothing. But for us,
Happy Day Off, goddamn.
For the folks, it's Cell 4 Day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna shout out to the guys, you know what I'm saying, the sister and brothers out there.
Yeah.
We turned up for that one, you know what I'm saying, all over, you know what I'm talking about? So that was love. But other than that, man, had a hot ass week, really, you know what I'm saying? Everything was good. I was in a good mental space, you know what I'm saying? Got a lot of goals accomplished, you know what I'm saying?
Cool shit.
Yeah, everything great, man.
Dope shit, man. As for me, man, shout out to the family, man. Shout out to the Bradley family, man. We had our family reunion this weekend
Dope
on
shit.
the 4th.
Shit.
Shout out to everybody that showed up, man. It was good to have everybody in one place. It was dope, man. Shout out to my cousin Big Daddy Kane. He came down.
For sure.
Yeah, and we had a good time, bro. Man, it was definitely a good time, man. But mental health wise, man, I had an epiphany today, right?
Tell me about it.
And I was just saying, like, you know, today is Sunday, right? And rest in peace to my brother John Plush.
Man,
but this is usually our day, right? Me and Plush usually get together around maybe 2 or 3 o'clock on a Sunday. We'll drink some liquor, we'll talk shit, swallow spit. Yeah. And then we'll put a menu together, we'll eat and have a good time, you know what I'm saying? Right. But we always invite other people into what we're going to do, so we probably end up at Stilton, or might end up at my house, might end up at Ty's house. Shout out to my cousin Ty. Right. But it was kind of weird for me today, right? Because I'm sitting down, I'm like, yo, you ever wanted to call somebody, but you just can't call them?
Yeah.
So that made me realize something that you know, I'm real big on emotional intelligence, right?
Talk about it.
And emotional intelligence, it allows you to understand what you're feeling. But what do you do with that broken heart?
Yeah, right.
You get what I'm saying? So they say time heal all wounds, so you have to understand, you have to kind of like coincide both of them together. Like you have to understand that this is going to take some time, and really one day at a time is how you got to respond to that, man. I know everybody, you know, I'm not just singling myself out. I know everybody in his family and his friends are probably going through the same thing I'm going through. So shout out to everybody, man. Listen, man, we as a community, we're going to get through this thing together, okay?
Already, man. Yeah, that's the whole fact.
Yeah, man.
That's the whole fact.
Dope shit. Listen, man, boss.
What's happening?
I have a real, I have a question for you, right?
What's that?
I was on the internet earlier this week, and I saw that you was at the
Ice facility.
Ice facility. But prior to that, right? I don't want that to overshadow what your real mission is, right?
Already.
Your real
Shout out
mission
to
is
Boston,
the Southern workers, right?
Yeah, part.
So I don't want that to overshadow what you really doing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I saw that you was on your mission with the Southern workers, as far as trying to get the union together to make sure that everybody get fair wages and fair
For sure.
and fair treatment at work, right?
Yep.
But I was interested in finding out what is your and I don't want to be disrespectful, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to word this right because even though you know I would never disrespect you, right?
Raw, man.
But look, even though you know I would never disrespect you, I don't want it to come off as
a disrespect.
Gotcha. You get what I'm saying?
Understood.
So I'm trying to figure out what's your political stance on that matter. Right?
On the ICE issue?
On the ICE issue, yeah.
Okay.
And not even that, right? Just really want to figure out why is that such a big talking point when it comes to especially the Democratic Party, right? Because at the end of the day, right, if the first word in immigrant is illegal, then that should tell you everything about what this person is, right? But another thing which is hypocritical on that same issue is Barack, he deported millions. Millions. Trump ain't even got the millions yet of illegal immigrants, right? I'm trying to figure out why is it so important that you shine the light on this one incident, but then cover up this other incident. I just want to pick your brain, bro.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, the political aspect of it is where they got everybody in the hoopla. Right? Ain't no Democrat or Republican thing. It's about immigrants in general.
Okay.
Right? So let's leave the party part out because I ain't with none of them, right?
Okay.
But when it comes to our Constitution and our amendments, right, I don't know if you're familiar, but I want everybody to get on Google real quick and Google the 14th Amendment, right? That 14th Amendment speaks on not only citizens, but it speaks on people. You got to understand language and law, because in law, language is very important. If you understand,
that's the most important thing.
That's the most important part of law is the language that's used to describe the law that's put in place, because that's what's about to be enforced. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, 14th Amendment, you got people and citizens, language that's used in that. When it says citizens, that means born citizens of the United States, right?
Right.
Which they tried to say at one point, we wasn't, as black folks in this country.
Which is the reason for birthright citizenship.
Right.
Okay, there you go. So so that's that citizenship aspect of it. But then you got the people aspect of it, which means that you don't even have to be a citizen. If you're on this U.S. soil, that means you get due diligence of the law that's in place for the citizens in the United States. With that being said, whether it been right or wrong for whoever the fuck did it, you got what I'm talking about? Folks need to recognize that law and stand for that, because that's what protect all of us. That gave us our right to vote as black men. Women got their rights later on in the game, but as black men, we got our right to vote due to that law that was in place in that 14th Amendment, because they couldn't call us non-citizens. They're trying to do the same thing now. Now watch what I say. They're doing it to the Latinos now, but they're breaking the mold. So once they break the mold, guess who's next? It's the criminals. Just like Castro did in Cuba, he kicked all the criminals out, right? By law, he could have did that. So guess what Trump could do?
But
next.
No. So listen, we're using words like could and if.
Understood, but that
which is
just answering your question.
So listen, we're not going to use words like could and if, because those are words that are post tense, right?
Well, you can call it whatever you want.
Those are words that could happen.
Yeah.
If in the event that happens, right? But what I'm saying to you is, we have to also stop and look at what the U.S. economy is built on, right? Mm-hmm. But you look at what the U.S. economy is built on, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna roll back on what your statement was, right? Because you have Democratic leaders, right, that have came on to certain platforms and lied to citizens and told U.S. citizens, right, and that illegal immigrants were not on Medicaid and were not getting SNAP benefits, right?
Yeah, right.
That was found to be a lie.
But guess what?
No. Listen,
like I said at the beginning, we going off the Democrat and Republican.
No, I'm not. No,
yes,
listen, I'm coming somewhere. I'm going somewhere here, right? Go ahead. So what I'm telling you is this right here. If we have U.S. citizens, people that were born here, people that's in this country, and let's just go for, and I'm not even gonna say the people that like really depend on welfare, or people that's like pro welfare people, like people that just like born on welfare, they don't want to get no better assistance. You know, because you have families, you have decades of people that just say, I'm just gonna live out the system, right? Yeah. I'm not speaking on them people. Let's talk about let's talk about these veterans, right? Let's talk about these homeless veterans and shit like this, right? Mm. It should not be a homeless veteran. It should not be no veteran without mental health care. It should not be a veteran that's suffering in this country, right? But the U.S. government neglects them but takes care of illegal immigrants. So this is my point. My point is, at what point do we really look at what is going on? If this president says, I'm running on America first, right? And he's saying, I don't care about people that's not from America. Let's take care of the people that's here. I don't understand why that's a problem.
Is he taking care of people that's here better?
Everything I see.
You just spoke on veterans and all that, but are they getting better benefits? Because mind you, they on Medicaid and all that too. And that's
but you have to listen, which was the purpose of Doge. Doge said we're going to eliminate waste and fraud, yeah, right? Uh-huh. So waste and fraud is giving illegal immigrants access to Medicaid and SNAP. That frees up money for everybody else. Do you think that we are a money printing machine? No, absolutely not. Hell no.
I just need to understand.
So I think as complex as this is, and we talking about the actual conformity of an entire nation, right? So
right.
It doesn't. We ain't talking about something that's just 1 + 1 = 2.
Right.
Scenario. However, I think in this one scenario, we kind of got to take the approach where we stop giving a fuck about who's to blame for it. See, like the immigrant issue in this country has been an issue for years.
Yeah,
right?
but my only point about the immigrant issue is it's only become an issue within this presidency.
But it wasn't. It wasn't.
Because when Obama did it, it was never an issue.
Then he had family detention centers.
But the whole reason that this is even an issue now is because one, Trump made it a focal point, right? And that itself, you can't. I mean, he was using it for a purpose to cause a point, right?
Right.
Cause that point, so you get the good and the bad that comes with it, right? So that's why this is still a lasting conversation. The point I'm making is when you stop looking at who's to blame for why you start taking accountability for the situation itself. The fact that we have immigrants here that have been here and are here for different reasons. You have immigrants that have been here that have snuck here. You've got immigrants that have been snuggled here. Yeah. You've got immigrants that are actually birthright. They actually were born here, but they were born here with wrong intent. Like they were married and became immigrants. Then they had kids that were here, but they came here for those reasons. Like all of these comes into this one gray cloud that we try to make like it's black and white, but it's not. These are all the same people that we're talking about. So you're going to have one kind of compassion for one and a different kind of compassion for the other, but they all stay under that same umbrella. So the point is, the entire country's got to be accountable for the fact that we made a clusterfuck of this shit in the first place.
Okay.
Now,
so
given that, how do we clean this shit up? Now, now
that's where we at. That's where we at.
And you want to speak on the injustice,
and that is where we at.
And you want me to speak on the injustice that we speak on to make that clear is the injustice of the fact that all those people are not those people that snuck in the country.
Exactly, and you kind of gotta
working.
But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The crazy part about that is
process right now.
1 in 100 people are one of them people you talking about.
I can't tell.
I'm telling you.
No, you
1
don't.
in 100
you can't
people
tell me
are the people
stats?
you talking about,
what's
right?
The stats?
So again, let's be clear. If we want a flourishing, functional economy, right, we have to eliminate some of the shit that we spend money on when it comes down to things that are not our problem, bro.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
but once again, that's the topic that he told y'all of that matter.
No, listen, I understand.
You sound just like
I don't listen to people. I understand how shit works.
I feel you.
Like, I sound like I got common fucking sense.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's what the fucking sound like.
But listen.
Because I understand that if everybody trying to eat, I can't get a plate neither. That's what the fuck that sound like to me. So common sense would tell me that some people need to get out my yard.
Right. Yeah, but if you rounding up more people that don't need to be out your yard than people that need to be out your yard, then that's where the problem come in at, and that's why folks speak out.
But wait, in all fairness, to your point, it ain't more people than what Obama.
No, listen. In the last 4 years, we had 3 million undocumented immigrants in this goddamn in the United States.
Yeah.
Look it up.
How many? I'm lying. I got you. But how many fumbles? You talk about administration.
Not even.
You want to take score on Republicans and Democrats.
So
that's
listen.
What you're on. That's what I'm saying.
Listen.
I ain't on that
so
game.
let me tell you how dangerous this is, right? Because we just looking at it like people didn't want to come over here just because they want a better life. No, the border was unsecured, right? So boom. Remember when Iran and the United States bombed the facilities in Iran? You see when you see all the news sites say, oh, well, it's sleeper cells in the United States, right? Mm-hmm. You know why this? Do you know how many ICE came across probably about 75 Iranian immigrants at the motherfucking Mexican border? And guess what? They let them in. And guess what? They locked them up and let them back go.
Right.
So we have these people that came in our country through the Mexican border, bro. So imagine. I'm just saying. Imagine who else came into our country through the Mexican border. It behooves me to even understand how you come from Iran through Mexico to get to the United States.
Yeah.
But I mean, it happens, right?
Yeah, it's not that serious.
It happens, right?
Yeah.
But what we have to understand is, if you really look into this shit, I don't hate Mexicans, right? So this is not a I hate Mexican speech, right? This is, I understand that there's people in this country, right, that came through that border illegally,
right,
that want to do harm to this country.
All right.
But you get what I'm saying?
Right. But this ain't just a Mexican thing.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Why is that not their platform though? Yeah. Why is their platform pushing the Latino thing? Like it's Mexico problem.
Yeah,
Mexico's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mexicans.
They just reported 100 Haitians yesterday.
But listen, you don't see thousands of news footage of
because it's not that many
Iranians getting locked up and nobody.
Because it's not that many. It's not that many people. It's not that many of those people in this country.
What do you mean?
That's here illegally. You have to understand.
But they still getting detained.
But listen, what you have to understand is the United States is so stupid that they give people like Iranian students visas and shit.
But that's what I was just about to say.
And they come here and they go to school, and then eventually they become citizens.
That's the whole purpose of immigration.
And that's what I wanted to ask about earlier.
asset.
So like, what was the purpose of the foreign exchange initiative in the 90s? You remember it was like a super huge push for this in the 90s, right? So if to the point we were talking about earlier, if you got so many of these folks that we invited, like come here
so they can
we
go back
can
and colonize where the fuck they from. That's what the fuck it was for.
So how do you really police or try to put a cap on what you've created, and now they're here, they live here. So if they did have an initiative to themselves, say from their family, in 88, for whatever reason, their peeps was on some, you're going to go to America, you're going to learn and get intelligence, you're going to go and you're going to attack from the inside, or you're going to come back home, you're going to let us know what we got going on, we're going to get back over there, we're going to have some kids, and make certain that you've got stamps on American ground, right? How do you differentiate them?
Because the political climate changes.
But regardless,
so you say the 90s, right?
Correct. That was immigration.
The political climate has changed since then, right? So now you have people coming in this country that's really wanting to do like some harm to the United States, right? You have to understand that these beefs that we in right now, at those certain times, it wasn't like that. Niggas was really coming over here trying to get right.
But that's their kids now. But that's their same kids.
No, they
now.
wasn't. Since 1945, since World War II, man, they've been doing that shit.
In the 90s is the ones who want to do harm, their demographic is that of the kids that came here in the 90s.
Right.
So how do you even differentiate what an actual threat is or a potential risk when this is something you invited? The point is, we made a whole clusterfuck to my earlier point. We made a whole clusterfuck of this shit. What I do respect of it is, at this point, it got to get cleaned up.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the clusterfuck you talking about is those people were going through the process. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people that did not go through the process.
But you got to include them though.
You get what I'm saying?
Because it was never no different. Just like the point you made when Obama was in office, it was still the same situation.
Let's be clear, right? Let's be clear. You cannot go to nobody else's country with the bullshit these niggas doing in the United States. You can't go to nobody else's country with that shit.
Because we did.
That was the whole point of
this.
You cannot go.
That was the whole marketing gimmick of the United States.
So let me explain to you, right? I cannot go to Iran talking about free Palestine or free goddamn whatever country they're beefing with, flying their flag and expect to live in the streets.
Exactly.
But that's what these niggas is doing in California. Like, what the fuck is we doing, bro?
Because we live in America, which
that's
their stamp. Their stamp is everybody. That's why immigration was such a big thing.
But immigration,
everybody's free.
They talking about the process of immigration, not illegal immigration, bro.
But still, yet where the disrespect comes at in now is they got more cases of folks that have been processed
again,
still being detained
again. When Obama did it,
he was not detaining people who already went through the process.
Listen, Obama goddamn run 3 million people out of this country.
They was illegal, right?
They was illegal.
All right, then.
So that's what I'm trying to tell you. What's the difference between the illegal immigrants that's over here now? They're running them out of their country.
Because they're running people who's not illegal out of this motherfucker to El Salvador.
Like I said, 1 in 100. Name me one in Obama term. Name me one in Obama term. If you want to,
how do you know it's 1 in 100?
Let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you something. No, they playing the political game, right? They use one nigga, right, for the face of that shit, right? What's the nigga name that they locked up? I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
they used that nigga, right? He was a pawn in their game, right? Okay. Who else?
Well, I mean, I saw several stories. Now,
okay,
who you talking about? The guy in New York? That's what he talking about. The student in New York.
The little punchy face guy. I think he might have been.
The fact that we have to even say this, right? The fact that you have to pick niggas out tells me
union members
that you got thousands of people that's being deported, right?
Okay.
And you got to pick out niggas.
What do you okay? Because you're asking about it.
Right? But I'm just telling you. That tells me
scenarios. I can give you multiple scenarios right now, but it's not going to be enough for you because it's not 1,100 people.
But
listen,
Q asked me a question, right?
But you had one question.
You say, would I come with that number, right?
Right.
I came up with it in my head. But he just proved my point.
Okay.
But listen,
how was that?
I'm about
He
to
just proved my point.
But listen, I'm about to tell you about real people here.
Okay.
You got one lady, her husband got snatched up.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep going, but see,
Right.
that's what I'm saying. He gonna
No.
play the numbers game.
I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna count.
But then
I'm gonna tell you how many people that's already been deported.
But listen to what I'm saying. These are cases that's not on the news.
But if you ask,
that's not
a
being
question
heard
about
about.
where I get the number from, I'm telling you where I get the number from.
Right.
From the same people who
Okay.
telling you what the fuck to say right now.
No, I'm listening to you. I'm getting my number from you.
All right, so check this out.
Go ahead.
Like I said, you got individuals false identity. Right? They had him because he got the same name as another motherfucker. Then I snatched his ass up, got his ass snatched up down there, right? You had another motherfucker. He's a union president of his local chapter. Been here for years under a visa. His family done served in the military and all, but at the same time,
But is he a legal citizen?
Yes, he's a legal citizen. That's why they had to let his ass go.
Okay, cool.
You think
so? We gonna take him off the list.
That shit.
So now we back to 3.
But still, the fact that they're being detained is
You say a visa. A visa.
You
said a visa.
An Obama term was people being detained who went through the process.
The common denominator amongst the people that you're naming are people that are worthy of a national story.
Exactly.
The point I'm making is you can't account for the people that aren't making national stories.
Yeah, that's what I'm
they
saying.
don't have the platform. They don't have the cachet. They don't have a reason or a story behind them that's interesting or have enough intrigue to make a national story. However, that doesn't mean that in by the thousands they're not being deported for these same reasons. That I mean, how many people do you know have a common name? Like, are you telling me that's not something that's probably not duplicated at least in every state?
So you saying? So what you telling me is they're looking at a list of Mexican people and they're just going to get every Mexican motherfucker they know? Because I can promise you, if you go to the Latino community,
I know that's what you're saying.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you a question.
And I'm answering saying that.
And what they're doing is they're going through everybody who went through the process and they snatching them up.
Yeah, no.
So that's the same thing I just asked you.
Because my answer is no. What I am saying is these are just examples of the scenarios that you know have to be going on at large. If they happen to in a national case for one person, 3 people, 5 people, then that means it's at least happening in every state. So if it's at least in every state times 5, then we're talking about more than 1 out of 1,000. So
every state times 52 times 5 is what?
No, the point
when it comes down to thousands of people.
The point that I'm making to you is,
come on, bro. Like, you gotta be serious, man.
The point that I'm making to you is, bro, you can't make
my argument is,
you trying to say Obama?
No, what I'm trying to say is, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Correct.
All I'm trying to say is, if you're gonna criticize this,
but he wasn't doing all that.
No, if you're gonna criticize this administration, right?
I'm not.
No, I'm not saying you.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying you. Yeah. I'm just saying, in general, I'm talking about the mainstream media, right? Because they heavy on the bullshit, right? If you're going to criticize this administration, right, then why you don't criticize the administration that did it prior? That's all I'm saying.
You know why?
I'm saying because
they had other issues they was criticizing, like the whole homosexual situation.
But I'm just saying, bro, sometimes at what point are we going to say motherfuckers don't like who doing it?
Yeah.
At what point is we gonna just be honest and say, I don't like who doing it?
Like I said, it's about it being done with the most brash and being done for it to be a focal point in your running.
But if you ran on that,
like the way Donald Trump.
So let me ask you a question.
It's gonna have its backlash to it.
How many political candidates did you know go on the political trail and say, this is what I'm gonna do when I become president, and then they become president and they actually do it? How many niggas you know ever did that?
And he ain't did it either.
Yeah, he ain't did it either. That's why I said.
So he ain't say he was going. So he ain't say he was going to shut down the border and lock. He ain't say he was going to do that.
Right, but he also said he was going to stop immigration.
Yeah, he ain't say.
And that didn't happen.
So he didn't run on immigration.
He did. Exactly.
So that wasn't one of his focal points.
The point,
regardless.
So listen. So listen.
Why he doing it?
So y'all get like retardation syndrome. When somebody asks you a question that you don't want to answer because it doesn't fit with what you believe.
No,
That's how you sound, 'cause it's
describing
not
the
fitting the
syndrome that you
narrative
don't
that
want to
they
accept
putting
the
out.
answer.
And we
what I just told
like,
you
it's like if
earlier
it don't
was-
fit their narrative, that means we tripping. Like, come on, bro.
No.
But I asked you one question. Was that not one of the things he ran on his campaign?
Correct. And what
Okay.
what did I say to you earlier? The question you asked was, why does nobody want to let it go? Because that's one of the things he ran on his campaign.
All right, but
that's the.
But my question was, how many? But my question was,
can't take the positive and run for it and not take the negative.
Oh, he ain't did it like he said he was gonna do it.
Like,
But all I said was, how many
That's a
political
fact.
candidates ran on a promise and then came through with the promise?
None of them.
But he gonna say, oh, he ain't did it like he said he was gonna do it.
Yeah, he did.
Like, come on, bro.
But
You
listen,
can't get to pick and choose what level of how a motherfucker gonna do shit. If a motherfucker say he gonna do shit, if I say I'm gonna bring you a cup of water, if I bring you have a cup of water, you gonna be mad at me?
I ain't gonna be
So-
mad at
so
you.
now
But I'm
we-
asking
now-
you a
now
question.
we
If he
back
say
at
he want to
the-
run for another 4 years, would you support that?
I'm not supporting Trump. I'm just saying.
you are
I'm looking
supporting
at.
Trump.
I'm
Don't
looking
say
at.
that.
I'm looking at the obvious.
Nah,
The
don't say
obvious
that.
is this
This
right
whole
here.
topic is about Trump.
No,
here.
it's not. The obvious
okay,
is this
if
right
it's
here.
about immigration,
I get
then let's
tired
talk
of
about
people.
immigration
I
then.
get tired of people not saying that something needs to be done because of who's doing it. Like you can't sit here and be like, oh well,
Man, fuck
I don't
Trump.
like fuck Trump, so fuck everything he do.
Right.
Like
Right.
you ain't gonna sit here and tell
I
me
ain't
Trump
say
ain't
that,
did nothing
'cause
right.
I'm in support of
Just
the
like
whole
you can't sit here and say,
gender thing. I'm
just
in
like you
support
can't,
of,
just,
that.
all right, then so come on, that's
But
all I'm saying.
but
But
it
you
ain't
don't
gonna go
get
too
that.
far.
You don't get that from people, right? All you get from the mainstream media is fuck him,
the
fuck him,
mainstream
fuck him,
media.
fuck him. You get what I'm saying?
They talk about
and
reality
even now
though,
when it comes,
man.
and I was pissed off when it came down to the immigration shit because I'm like, bro, that's not our fight. We as a black community have so many other things that we need to get our shit together with. Why the
right.
fuck is we worrying
And you
about
right.
that?
Guess what? And y'all niggas ain't pulling up for that either.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm talking about?
I ain't pulling up for that. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I ain't pulling up for the black causes. That's what I'm saying. But everybody
You
want
know
to
what I mean?
criticize everybody jumping behind.
I'm not jumping behind no
solidarity
bullshit.
cause. That's
I'm not
that's
jumping
what that's all
behind that
about.
shit, bro.
That's
I'm
all
not.
about
I'm not
standing
doing
as
that
one,
because
man.
that right now
On
that's
some
political.
human shit.
Right, that's political bullshit.
No, that shit you talking about is political.
No.
Democrat, Republican, Trump. and
No,
all that
I
shit,
ain't talking
bro.
about that. I'm
Policies
saying
and
the
shit.
whole immigration
Fuck the
situation.
policies. That's politics.
The whole immigration situation is a political event.
That's politics.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
You talking about human.
yeah.
Because really,
That's what
at
we
the end
on
of the
right
day, in the average black household, everybody got so much other shit they got to worry about. They ain't worrying about no goddamn immigrants.
And you right. But
You get
guess
what I'm saying?
But guess what? When we
But I don't wish
when we
you no
step
bad
out-
shit.
But check it. When we
I just
step
wish-
out in the streets about this shit that's going on in the black community, guess how many niggas pull up? They criticize that shit too. Oh, you ain't stopping nothing, man. Niggas, man, them young niggas, they gonna do that. Oh, the drugs, goddamn, da. It's always an excuse. You know what I'm talking about? But my whole point is, boy, stand for something to fall for anything, and folks.
I
Ain't
mean,
really standing for
if
shit.
you feel like that's good for you to stand for, bro, I ain't gonna knock you,
I'm
bro.
stand for everything.
But I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. At the end of the
I ain't
day,
like everybody, so
when
I
it
ain't,
come-
I ain't expecting everybody to be like me either.
I'm just
I
telling
ain't
you,
even
when
judging
it-
folks for not.
I'm not
know what
judging
I'm
you at
talking
all. I'm just saying, peacefully speaking, I'm just saying
about? You want slide that?
that at the end of the day, us, have so many different things that we need to try to gather together on. Besides that, man, it kind of remind me of the Black Lives Matter shit, right? When the Black Lives Matter shit was going on, that shit was so fake, bro.
You know what I'm talking about?
That shit was fake as a motherfucker, right?
Yeah, I got you.
That shit, because that shit died, and nobody ain't screaming back. They made money off T-shirts and masks and shit like that. But really, they ain't give a fuck about that. It was a monetary thing and a political thing, right? Just like this same shit. If a motherfucker really cared, they'll go put the, you know what I'm saying?
Boots on the ground.
Yeah.
And that's what they're. Listen, I'll put it to you this way: if you feel inclined to march and bring awareness and try to spark
Do that.
something from somewhere to
that.
get somebody else inspired, do that. At the end of the day, though, the issues will get resolved whenever we resolve our own inner issues. Outside of that shit, bro, we really just kind of pissing in the wind. You know what I'm saying?
I just think. What?
I feel like if it makes in the same black household, unless it impacts your household, because you don't know how it's going to impact your household. When you got people, these same potential immigrants, regardless of who they are, if your job is now outsourcing because they can't afford to do business here, and so they're going back to the country they were in, and you lose a job, or if you got immigrants that are in the area and they're undercutting the price because they take X amount less dollars to build homes and shit, and you're in construction, so now you can't work no more, type shit, or you don't get the same type of money you've been getting. You don't feel the impact until you feel the impact. The point being is, regardless of what, if that makes you feel inclined to do something about it further, do something about it further. If not, though.
But you know what's crazy to me? What's crazy to me is this right here, right? And if I was a Mexican, I would be offended at this point, right? Because they doing the deportations, right?
Right.
And you have people saying, well, who gonna pick our fruits? Who gonna fix our house?
That's what they do.
But so is that all that? That's all that you good
But
for?
they ain't tripping about that.
No.
They know they good for a lot of shit.
But
they gonna handle
But let me tell you something though.
They do that as
But
a
let me
side
tell you
gig.
something.
Yeah, they gonna
That's
handle
a
that.
side gig to the other gig.
But let me tell you something though.
You know what I'm talking about?
If they
That's
did it reverse the roles, if they did that with black people, well, who gonna fix my car? And who gonna? Then that would be
about the coulda, woulda shit.
No, I'm just saying because we would be up in arms about it.
Okay, right.
Because that would be extremely racist.
We would be doing what? And up in arms in what kind of way?
No, we ain't gonna do shit because niggas don't do shit.
We would be doing what?
We gonna talk about it on
We would
Facebook.
be marching, generating it, generating awareness, doing the same thing we're doing. So again,
that's why we in this fight right now. That's why we in this fight right now.
Niggas don't talk about that shit on Facebook. Niggas don't do shit.
They disrespecting right now when we done stepped out.
Niggas don't do shit.
Whether it's us or not.
And guess what? When you go march, you lock your dumb ass up and you go home and you don't get shit accomplished.
Warriors.
You get what I'm saying? So marching,
and they always say scared money don't make no money.
yeah, but I mean, shit, them days over with, man. You talking about marching? Them people don't give a fuck. Them people got insurance on them buildings and insurance on the shit that y'all finna tell, and they finna send somebody over there to help y'all tear that shit up.
Okay, and guess what? I'm gonna add to that. You know what else they got? You know what else we got? We also got facilities to where we can build this black power you speaking of.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, folks got to pull up to the
They
meetings.
gotta pull up.
They got to get on the meeting.
Didn't I just say niggas don't do shit?
But guess
I just said that.
So,
but guess who the niggas who ain't doing shit? The niggas who side with them boy right now because they gave y'all the narrative. They gave y'all the narrative that niggas ain't doing shit. But if you go to those meetings though, brother, if you go to those meetings, there's niggas in there.
Let me tell you something.
And there's niggas with
I ain't finna go with that. I ain't going with it.
Both of those things that are obvious, man. But I ain't going with it. I think you speak energy.
We all great.
We always speak energy into what you want, man.
We always
both things are right. You dig what I'm saying? Both things are obvious, but if you want to speak energy into motherfuckers, changing that shit. We know that most times that shit don't happen, but what's the purpose of talking about it and saying, well, it's just not gonna happen?
All change start with you.
It ain't gonna fucking change.
Everything start with you.
It ain't gonna fucking change. So say it's gonna change. You know what I'm saying? Let's at least.
But everybody must change themselves first.
That's a fact. So that's the point where I made earlier. Everything gonna have to start from within first.
Right.
But speaking into existence.
The mindset, man. Listen, I believe, man. I believe as a community, we don't have to organize. We don't have to march. We don't have to do anything but change the way we think.
That's all fact. Is that
if we can ever get on the same accord of changing the way we think, that would change. We don't have to organize nothing, cause then we ain't gonna have this problem where I'm gonna have to call and get some people together. Everybody gonna be on the same mindset.
It's already in play. Already.
But
do it in your city, man.
So what should we be thinking?
Do it inside. Do it inside out.
What do you say everybody should be thinking?
I think that everybody should be thinking that self-preservation is the key to life. Which meaning everybody, because we're the only race that look that even Mexicans, right? I'm gonna say this, right?
About to beat our race up again.
No. I'm gonna do it. But even Mexicans, right? Mexicans get together and pool their resources and make sure that everybody's straight.
That's a whole fact.
White people
pass
around information, even though they barbaric. Some of them are, and shout out to all the good white people. But even though some of them are barbaric, they still pool their resources together and make sure that they whole people are straight. We are the only people that take information and run away with it.
You want to know why? Because we got people who's putting the narrative out there that niggas ain't gonna never do shit anyway. So don't do nothing, nigga.
Well, I'm not more. I'm more Malcolm than Martin. So I ain't gonna sit here and be like, well, I hope one day I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
No, I ain't that nigga.
I'm saying
You gotta get active.
I ain't that nigga.
I think it's.
But I'm gonna get active on the right shit. I ain't finna step by no
Get
dumb
active,
shit.
period. I don't give a fuck.
You
Whether
know what I'm
it's right
saying?
or wrong, get active.
It got to be something that makes sense.
Because guess what? Opinions are like an asshole. Everybody got them. And everybody ain't going to be of the same opinion. You can't wait on everybody to feel that they need to slide about this. You got to slide.
Oh, no. Because, see, again.
And like I said, the actions have been happening throughout our whole lifetime, bro. And we got to pull up. Until niggas pull up. Man, shit. That shit in the wind. We waiting on
Again, change starts with within, right?
Yeah. We doing it
so
within.
I am changing me so I can be better for my son, so he can be better for his son.
Already.
I really can't save the world, brother, and I ain't gonna try to, because at the end of the day, we are so it's so much toxic activity going on out here. It's too much estrogen, too much female energy in the world. And shout out to all the females in here. I'm not saying that, but all I'm saying is this right here. It has to be a perfect balance. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It has to be a perfect balance. You have to have masculine and feminine energy.
That's a fact.
I think it's an overdose of female energy right now, and I think that's the reason why we are off balance as a people, because I think that we lost our way. I think that we forgot about structure. I think that we and ladies, I want y'all to listen to this right here. So men ain't being men no more neither. Okay? So that's part of the problem too, because you got some men that's not being men and not holding up their
That's
end
the
of the
100%
bargain.
accountability of the whole
You
thing.
get what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So-
We can't be pointing fingers.
So we're not pointing fingers. I'm just saying like, it's we need a balance. That's all
That's a
I'm saying.
whole fact.
Just need a balance.
So ultimately, you're saying you gonna start in your household.
Yeah, but everybody should start in their household. That's
That's a
how.
fact.
Facts. That's 100% facts.
That's a fact.
But
Yeah,
after the household, then is your community. After the
Right.
community is your city, and after your city,
Right.
then is your state, and after your state, then is your country. After your
So
country,
there you go.
then it's the world. So you got to start somewhere and move on to the next.
There you go. Each one teach one.
Your house, you can stay there forever, and you already know, just like you said, you probably never find that balance. That don't mean don't like step out, and you might gain wisdom from outside your house that you
Yeah.
can bring to your house that's gonna fix your house. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But in the
Already.
end, like I said, folks, don't step and get active about something. Bro, all that shit niggas saying ain't gonna happen. Bro, that shit for the win. That shit for
Yeah.
the win.
Man,
'Cause we gotta stand for something. Within our own culture. Let's not even talk about nobody else.
No,
Let's
it's a
just
fact.
talk about ours.
That's a fact.
Like just with ours. Like I said, we got a lot of issues. We got a lot of
And that's
events.
what I'm-
we got a lot of summits.
and that's
We got
what
a
I'm
lot of
focused on.
Groups, networks that's
talk-
out here
now
trying
you
to
talking my talk.
function
Yeah.
in the community.
Yeah.
But when they have meetings or when they go out here and say, let's get boots on the ground and go deal with this incident over here on such. Guess how many niggas answer the phone?
Right,
Oh, bro, I gotta
right.
go.
I
I gotta
got
go
shit
do
going on
this.
that weekend.
I gotta
Gotta
do with
do
my
it.
household
Yeah,
shit,
right.
right?
Yeah.
And that's understandable.
Right.
But at the same time, the folks who do that, niggas are criticized.
Yeah.
You from coming from? Like, oh, y'all niggas out here, ain't nobody trying to, niggas ain't gonna never do nothing. Y'all might as well stop that, find a new solution. Like,
Yeah.
bruh, this is the solution. We gotta deal with education. That's the first thing we gotta deal with. We gotta deal with our community voice. We gotta deal with that. Because if we
Yeah.
ain't speaking as one in these politics and all this hoopla that's going on, then guess what? We always gonna be a divided nation. That's why we can't be like them other races you've been speaking of, because we got a narrative to ourselves
but
that
boss,
we not gonna fuck with each other.
But boss, again,
Women do the same thing now.
But
Women
boss.
say this a lot. They'll be like, "Oh, I don't deal with other women because they be with drama, da 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 da." But how are women gonna come together and build something for women if
Yeah.
they always saying a woman ain't gonna do? I mean, they
but
gonna,
boss, what
yeah,
you have to
it's trauma, it's
understand is
PTS, man.
what you have to understand is within the black community in the United States, we are the biggest economy in the United States.
Yeah.
Black people
Yeah.
are the biggest economy in the United States,
Right?
right?
Take control of that
So
voice.
we don't have to march. We don't have to walk down the street.
Yeah, you
we
do.
don't gotta do none of that shit.
Gotta
All you gotta do is
communicate.
stop spending money with certain
But how you gonna
motherfuckers.
do that without communicating? Action always leads.
But
to
that
that
don't lead to a march, right? So you have to have like
The march
listen.
is the campaign.
But listen, that shit they was doing in the 60s and the 70s is a different fucking time, man. You got to kill motherfuckers a different kind of way.
Listen, you know the only reason why you know about Black Lives Matter? Yeah. Don't ever say they ain't nothing. It's tools to the game, man.
now. So
You can't-
who's the leader of Black Lives Matter?
why you want to
I just want to ask you a question.
Directed to some other shit.
No,
what I'm asking is, how do you know about that?
How am I directing?
How did you know about that? From marches, right?
I asked you from
actions, right?
But who is the leader of Black Lives Matter?
Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck who it was.
You don't want to talk about that.
I don't. But that's not the topic of discussion. The topic of discussion is.
That's a feminist movement.
Whatever.
Black Lives Matter is a feminist movement. How did you
know about that? Saying that those marches don't mean nothing.
The easiest way,
that was
and
for
the
attention.
most difficult way at the same time to cap all of this shit in the bud is to be as a nation, or not as a nation, as a culture, to lose the hate for each other. See, like, let me prove it to you. Like, when niggas, we get the unk tag, right? And you know why the unk tag got damn weight to it, cachet to it?
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you why. Because unk is the closest motherfucker that is the only nigga that has no interest in other thing other than seeing you win. You dig what I'm talking about? Like when you talking about unk, like unk don't care about you doing better than him. He encourages it, type shit. You dig what I'm saying? Like, and that's in all cases. He always steps in and wants to assist if he can assist and you getting to whatever your goal is. And he don't got no interest in doing nothing. Now, if he can goddamn make him a couple of dollars, then word, because shit, unk got to live too. But at the same token, his intent comes from a place that just wants to see you win. Yeah. When you can adopt that ideology just as a culture, period. Like, look, I can't do everything, bro, but I can help you get to a motherfucker that I know that can help you.
Right.
When that becomes a thing, you start to automatically network. You know what I'm talking about? Like, when you start to automatically network, everything starts to happen. It starts to unfold and shit. We done unfolded so many situations that we done ran into for free just because a nigga know a nigga. And the nigga that he know, seen the show and was like, word. Right. Bro, like, yeah, y'all come pull up type shit. And then that turns into a scenario that we open into some whole other shit. That shit don't happen for no reason. You dig what I'm saying? Like, right. So what I'm saying is, if everybody just adopts the ideology that, look, you know what, bro, I can't say the word, bro, but I know the shit that you talking about you need, I know a nigga. Genuinely, I don't want nothing out, bro. I know the nigga that goddamn can help you, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Like, type shit. You dig what I'm saying? That's you playing your part. All that other shit, it happens just as long as everybody's on that same type time, because eventually everybody becomes a little more valuable. Right, you got a little more plug, you got a little more push. So,
yo, shout out to everybody that's on the live, man. What up? Gator, what's up, my boy?
Hey, my boy.
Buggy, what's up?
Already.
Jay Jones.
Already.
All the Tyler, what's up, my boy?
What up?
Crystal Grass, what's up, baby?
What bro talking about?
Hey, man, but listen, man, me and Boss, right? That's my brother.
Talk shit.
Oh, you already know.
So me and Boss gonna argue.
Talk that shit.
On camera and off camera.
I don't even call it arguing.
We gonna have a debate.
I call it building.
We gonna have a debate.
And so be hammering the loud nails getting smashed.
And so listen, I want y'all to see something, right? I want everybody that's looking at this to see something. You can always agree to disagree.
That's a whole fact.
You can always agree to disagree. He has a certain viewpoint in life. I have a certain viewpoint in life. But that does not change the fact that we still brothers.
Already.
And still men.
Because he's still learning about viewpoint in life. That's really what
you know what I'm saying?
He's learning about viewpoint in life.
As we go, I'm still learning.
Got nothing to do with no Democrat or Republican.
No.
I can't.
I'm not saying
Democrats, but you try to put
no.
You give good arguments, but you want to have me speak
the only reason why I put you in the Democrat coat was because
I'm speaking for the folks. The
only reason why I put him in that jacket was because that's their talking point.
Yeah, right.
That's their talking point.
I don't give a fuck what they talking point. I don't pay no attention what the fuck they got.
So I was like, well, damn.
I represent the folks out this bitch. You know what I'm talking about? We strive for growth and development, everything, man. I'm talking about like the world, man. Like that's what we own. Like,
yeah, man. But you know, I ain't trying to put you in no type of jacket, nigga.
Yeah.
I ain't know, man. I can't speak for the Democrats, though. You speaking for Republicans. I can't do that.
If you want to put that jacket on me, I'll take it. Because at this point,
whatever fit.
The Democrats, boy, what they got, they can't even tell me whether a boy is a girl or a girl is a boy. I can't go over there.
But that's business and politics.
I
That's a whole different subject. That's why I said that.
So if you want me to go somewhere, I'm going over there. Because
that's the way they made it. That's why Democrats got to take accountability.
Because common sense ain't common.
They got to take accountability for that shit.
Yeah, that's that bullshit.
Because that's what pushed everybody over there to that dumb shit.
Niggas like, what?
But it ain't no better on the other side.
It ain't no better. I'm just saying, like, if you want to know,
we got a real
if you want to ask me a real question, you be like, well, if you had to be one of these motherfuckers, who would you be? I I'm going over there, bro.
Hey,
listen,
I got to go over there, man.
I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't want that man in the bathroom with my daughter.
Yeah,
No,
for sure.
No,
But see the
Word.
and I ain't want to get back on it, but I'm want to close it, I guess, on this note. But I just came out of workshop when I was down there in New Orleans with a brother that was speaking on mass incarceration. And if you seen the correlation of that mass incarceration and what the hell going on right now,
Yeah, right.
you would be worried.
They like twins.
Because like I said, it's the laws and politics that we dealing with. And when you see the shit that they taking off, that was the shit that protected us, bro. That had us straight where we was able to do what we doing now. So it's like we can't ignore the fact that that's not in the paperwork no more. Because now, at any drop of a dime, it could happen. And like you said, we ain't gonna do a woulda, shoulda, coulda thing. But my whole thing and everybody else's whole thing is that as a coalition right now, if it would happen, we are already gonna be prepared to stand on that. It ain't gonna be we trying to get shit together now. But I've been in this system. It's hard to organize in the penitentiary when you already snatched the fuck up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So just that's what we working on, and it's working, bro. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
we got a beautiful thing right now as a black culture to where we got enough. Well, we can hold everybody down. We been doing that.
Yeah.
The fuck you mean?
You always
They've been
need
coming to us
you
for
always
the
need a body
education. You know what I
count,
mean?
too, man. You need the bodies. You need the, you need the physical hands for whatever it is, whether it's marching or whether you need the body.
All
count. You
parts
need
got to
the
get played.
available bodies,
All
so.
parts got to get played.
Yeah, for
all
sure.
parts.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. At the tender age of 45, I am not committing to any crimes.
Yeah, I feel you though.
I listen, man. I don't even want a speeding ticket.
Yeah, you see, I ain't want no smoke.
So
Yeah,
you
no
talking about
problem.
mass incarceration? That shit just flew right over my motherfucking head.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
but listen,
yeah.
But I mean, I understand it affects other people. I'm just saying.
No, it could affect you too. That's what I'm saying. They already got us now. You haven't been caught in that system, but you always every day you wake up suspect to get caught in that system. They got set for a trap just for you. Not nobody else out here, just for you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of, I ain't want to get too deep on the deep end, but a lot of music and shit we listening to, the programming that they put in our brains, the way they trying to make folks think in our community.
I got the glasses on, brother.
But I got you. I understand what you're saying.
Do you know what Dick Gregory said?
I already know.
All right, then I got the glasses on.
Listen, I got what you
Come
said.
on.
I know you got the glasses on, but all I'm saying is the trick is bigger than.
And I ain't talking about these.
The
neither.
trick is bigger than what we see with our eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got the
Sometimes
glasses
it's
on.
what you got to see with your mind's eye. And like I said, reading
Yeah.
is fundamental, man.
Yeah.
I swear it is.
I got the glasses on, man. But anyway, man, shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight, man.
Family.
Very healthy discussion tonight, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Take from it what you will.
Yeah.
I'm not always right. Boss ain't always wrong.
All right.
I'm not always wrong. Q ain't always right. He ain't always wrong. And we have healthy opinions. And we share them with y'all.
Already.
That was
You know what I mean?
about building.
So take from it what you will, man.
Yeah.
Next week is another week.
For sure though.
What are we doing, man? Boss man, what you got? I know you finna
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
This nigga here. He like,
About to go fight the power somewhere, nigga. The fuck you mean, nigga? Might shut a spot down, nigga. We got our eye on Dunkin' Donut out this bitch.
Yeah.
Let's get them boys some more money out this motherfucker.
that part.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
Nah, actually, man, I'm on I guess a so-called vacation. I ain't doing shit this week working on my house again because I ain't been home in a couple of weeks. So
Yeah.
I gotta, get back to that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm trying to build a palace here, oasis. I might catch it one day on video.
Yeah, man. Invite me over for dinner, man.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
I eat some wood with you, nigga.
Eat some
Some mulch.
Some mulch and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have that shit smell like the pearl, y'all.
Already,
what I'm saying?
mulch and berry salad.
I'm telling you.
Okay, my guy.
Hey, but look, man. When you bring my plate, man, put a shirt on, man. Don't serve me chest naked, man, because I don't fuck around.
You know,
Y'all gonna let me be barefoot with the shirt off and shit.
I do.
He said, I do.
I'm home, man. I don't give a fuck.
I do goes crazy.
Chest naked, nigga can't give me no plate,
At
man.
my house, bro. I ain't gonna front.
If you ain't got no shirt on, nigga, you can't give me nothing.
That's why I only have
man.
female company. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Yeah, Q, what you got going on, man?
Hey, man, just kind of tapped back in, bro. I appreciate everybody that tapped into the show early, man, the Shell Talk Podcast. If y'all ain't checked it out, make sure y'all spin the block, man. I was kind of giving a little shout out to everybody that, kind of made us a little bit more of their weekly tap in. Like, it's like their coffee type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's their regular regimen shit. Same applies here, man, for the late night, bro. So we definitely appreciate y'all tapping in. Shit, I'm back to work with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying earlier, man, great space with the kiddos. Kind of getting them all situated and propped and ready for the school year to come. All of them is all thinking, trying to get through the year so they can make them some money. I don't know whether this then created the right kind of beast or not, but this is where they at with it. You dig what I'm saying?
You
like,
gotta buy a bunch of cars, man. You gotta buy a bunch of cars.
Say that one. Say one. Now they gonna have to buy a bunch of cars. You dig? That's like y'all know. But yeah, man. So it's a good space, man. QUEZEE Perspective Intro, all streaming platforms, man. Y'all check that shit out, bro. I'm gonna be dropping a couple of singles throughout the week, man. Just a couple of reminders. Y'all check it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like second perspective coming real soon, man. We working, bro. That's where we at.
Dope shit, man.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to my son, man. They won today, man.
For sure.
Shout out to his AAU team, man. They won their game today in Rock Hill. Yesterday they took a devastating loss twice.
Yeah.
Well, not devastating. The first game was they lost by 5 points, but the last one was kind of devastating.
Last one they got momentum and all that. The first one.
I look at my son on the bench. He looked like he was defeated. So you know what I'm saying. We took him to get a little pizza and try to build his spirits back up.
Yeah.
But anyway, man. Other than that, man, going back to work next week, man. Same shit, different toilet, man.
Already.
Flush it. Keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Right. Keep that water on it.
Damn right. Keep it moving, man.
That thing stinking up in
listen, man, again, shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight, man. We really appreciate y'all. Shout out to my brother Obi-Wan behind the boards.
Yeah, baby mama, favorite baby dad.
My boy to the level you be.
Right, man, it's your man QZ, ball buddy from the Berg with the beard, baby.
My boy to the level you be. My boy to the right, we be.
I was about to say, my balls paid.
I got 2 left tonight.
Already.
I'll be balls paid, the bad with the plaid out
yes,
there, man.
Yo, I'm the host with the most Carolina motherfucking Slimm, man. We out, man. Late night, man.
It's all about sticking move, ain't where other niggas shoot, making decisions, precision. It's all about power move. Lay low and stack your bread. But what them niggas said, they out here broken, disgusted, them busters broken still. It's all about having things, ain't all about diamond rings. Take care of your people, my nigga, making sure your family straight. Grinding and shining, nigga, that's part of the game. Shining by yourself, then nigga, your bitch ass lame. This ain't no fun out here balling by yourself. You end up getting all the calls called by the real. The only one to blame in the game is yourself. Now nigga on the bench looking sick, needing help. Now was it worth the power and numbers, nigga? The world is yours, so put your niggas on the floor and boy, I bet you score. Everything you want is in your hand. Till your homie gon' take a stand. Still wanna be the man. I'm just a struggling nigga out here dubbing. I'm just living my life. I'm just living my life. And if you ain't my grinding, shining, taking care of mine, then you ain't doing it right. See when you on your grind, you don't got time for all that petty shit. You living your life. I'm just living my life. So tighten up your pants, they walk on them saying your name. Make sure you doing it right. Make sure you doing it right. Make sure you doing it right.
Big shit, man.
Hey, listen, man. I just want to thank everybody for supporting the Late Night Podcast, man.
Yeah, big shit.
Hey, give them a round of applause. That
Big
at
shit
least.
already, man. Damn
You know what I'm saying?
Even if your teeth is tote.
Even if you got the base yellow teeth, man. Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all, man. All the niggas that don't wear deodorant that watch this shit, man. Thank y'all, man.
We got some shirts.
Yeah, man.
We got some shirts. We got some shirts.
All the dirt. Hey, listen, man. I'm shouting out all the dirty dick niggas that watch this shit, man. Thank y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? All the women right here that sell their food stamps, that watch this, man, thank you, homie.
Shout out to Sam.
Hey, guess what? If you want somebody to buy them, hey, hit the inbox. Yeah, we buy food stamps. But anyway, man.
Disclaimer.
Hey, message.
I'm